The Psychological Services Bureau began about 4 decades ago, and the whole purpose was really to be able to assist law enforcement personnel with any emotional or mental health issues. It started off with one person and has evolved throughout the years. To be a clinician at Psychological Services Bureau, you have to have a minimum of a master's degree. We have therapists at our office that have master's degrees and doctoral degrees. Depending on what course of study, psychology, social work, mental health, or marriage and family, you would have that particular license per the state of Florida. After someone becomes licensed, you have the opportunity to become certified in other things as well. Part of our licensure requires us to do continuing education credits. So most therapists take an opportunity to find a niche, what it is that they like to do, and get further training or certifications in that. So some of the people in our office have vast experience in training in bereavement counseling, or maybe even substance abuse, or working with a myriad of different things. The majority of my position is doing therapy throughout the day. However, we also are involved in other projects, mostly training, and as necessary, we do outreach for different bureaus or districts throughout the department, helping them in talking to employees or helping out in other matters as needed. Our response to the debriefs and critical incidents are somewhat similar. We go and assess the situation, spend a little time with the officer. We do what's called a psychoeducational debrief. So in officer-involved shootings, that's usually what we would do. We'd sit with them in the car, talk to them, talk about trauma response, things that they might expect might happen in the next few days, and also things to look for in the near future and in the future in case they need to come in. When it comes to a critical incident, we assess the situation, see what happens. Sometimes it's a baby death or maybe a child that they tried to resuscitate and they were unsuccessful. Perhaps it was walking into a suicide situation, or maybe a really gruesome scene of a traffic accident. And the list can go on and on. It's really just something that could be potentially negatively affecting that officer. Those would be considered critical incidents. There are some things that already meet criteria and we would automatically go to, and other things that supervisors will use their discretion and call us to assist on. It's actually very exciting that there are more conversations today about emotional wellness and mental health, especially when it comes to police officers and people in law enforcement. We have had quite a bit of exposure in the last couple of years, and we've been working very hard within the department to get our names out there and to become this friendly person, this person that can be approachable and you can come and talk to. As a bureau, we work very, very hard to do that and to also do our outreach and be out there and be seen as much as possible. We want people to recognize that they can come to us, that we are here for them. So it is exciting for us because what we really want to do is help. The Psychological Services Bureau is available to all personnel within Miami-Dade Police Department to offer counseling services and any crisis services as deemed necessary. We are on call 24/7. We are a free service and everything is confidential. It is not mandatory, it is voluntary, but we don't share any of this information. And even if there's just questions that you have, please feel free to call. Even if someone is not interested in our services, we can also make referrals. We're here to help in any way that we can. My advice for any young professional who would like to come into this line of work would be, first of all, make sure that your heart's in the right place. First and foremost, that's something that you can't teach. If you care for people and you want to nurture and help someone, that comes out naturally. Everything else is just the education that goes with it. People know if you're true and you're genuine. And that's the most important piece to building rapport in therapy. Making sure that the person that's standing in front of you or sitting in front of you feels comfortable and knows that your heart is in the right place.